Hello, and welcome to the BSN Avalanche Film Rundown, a show where we look at the who, what, why, and how of everything on the ice for the Avs. I'm Nathan Rudolph, and on today's show, we're looking at who had the best assist from last season.
I mean, a ridiculous set of hands right here.
The Avs had 429 regular season assists last year and 61 playoff ones for an even 490 total. We have sifted through all of them and selected 5 of the best here today. There were a couple of tough ones to cut, and the 5 that we do have are in no particular order, so feel free to leave a comment down below saying which one you thought is the best, or if we missed any that should have been in the top 5. We start off with a clip from Mikko Rantanen, who's going to get the puck in behind the Kings net on the power play here. Drew Doughty is the defenseman directly in front of him, and he's going to give Rantanen plenty of room. Rantanen's going to take advantage of that, take all the time he needs, and you're going to see Colin Wilson slipping into the slot here. Rantanen also sees him and just puts an absolutely filthy saucer pass between Doughty and the net. Here's another angle where you can see just how little room Rantanen had to sauce this pass through over to Wilson. If we're talking about raw skill, just strictly involved in the actual pass, that one might just end up being number 1, but we still have 4 more to look at. This next clip comes from a name you might not expect to see in the top 5 passes for the Avs in Ian Cole. The Avs win a face-off here, and keep an eye on Sheldon Dries, as once the Avs get possession, he's going to take off up the ice here. At the same time, Cole is getting pressured by Elias Lindholm, and he manages to do a good job staying right in the passing lane up to Dries. So Cole has to think on his feet here and decides the best option for the stretch pass is to go for the lob play. He just lofts it through the air, nicely placed, good distance, landing deep into the offensive zone to keep everyone on sides, and then just backs this baby up like a 7-iron into the green. Now that thing hits the ice and just sticks to it. This allows Dries to not only get past the defender and pick it up, but be in a good position for the rest of the play. He then makes a nice pass himself across to Colin Wilson to finish off the play. Here's a second angle just to show you how well Cole placed this puck into the zone, perfectly at the top of the circles, and Dries able to track it down. Sometimes it does take a little bit of luck to have an extremely effective assist, but I think the lob pass is underrated. We don't see it very often, and to be honest, especially if you can get it to stop on a dime like that, it can be very effective. For the third clip, we have Nathan MacKinnon, the assist leader for the Avalanche last season. The play starts with him making a simple pass to Landeskog down behind the net, who eventually gets it over to Rantanen, who tries an errant shot on net that doesn't even really do much, but it does come out, and Nathan MacKinnon gets to take a whack at it, initially taking the shot. So it does get saved again, and at this point it ends up being a bit of a broken play, but sometimes that's where the best plays are made, as MacKinnon collects this puck, turns his back towards the center of the ice, and goes behind his back on his backhand, just flicking this puck out into the slots, slides right through Tyson Jost, who honestly may have been the intended target here, but finds Mikko's stick for an easy tap-in goal. Here's a close-up of the assist where you can see MacKinnon actually managed to nutmeg this puck through Jost's legs to get it over to Rantanen for this one. Some of these plays seem to happen extremely quickly, even within a split second, and while at times it can be hard to understand just how difficult pulling off something like that is, when you slow it down and really take a look at it, it's nearly impossible. I would be remiss to not include the man nicknamed Passy on this list, even if he is no longer with the team. Alex Kerfoot did have one fantastic assist from last season. With what starts as a broken play, Colin Wilson is able to find a loose puck behind the net and scoot it over to Kerfoot. As Kerfoot collects this puck, you can see all 5 Chicago players are in the frame, meaning they're all deep in the zone, no one covering or even looking up high, in fact. So when Kerfoot turns here and he can just see out of the corner of his eye JT Compher streaking into the slots, he's able to throw a backhand, not too unlike the one we saw from Rantanen earlier, right between Brent Seabrook and the nets. It just slips through and Compher just bangs this one home. From the high cam, you can see just how thin the margin of error was here, as Kerfoot actually slips this underneath Seabrook's skate to get it through to Compher in the slot. That's 4 of the 5. Before the last clip, I do want to give a couple of honorable mentions here. You could easily have included Sam Girard's assist to Landeskog against Nashville, the one where he was incredibly patient in front of the net. Barry also had a handful of amazing breakout passes, including one to Kerfoot that was an 80-foot pass, tape to tape, just money in the bank. But those ones fell a little bit short to this final one. In what is a mess of play for really both sides on this puck, as it continues to bounce around randomly in the offensive zone, you're going to see two things. One, Colin Wilson goes right to the net, and number two, Rantanen finds himself with the puck in his favorite spot, the right circle. It is a bit of an errant pass, and Rantanen isn't able to control it at all. In fact, he even almost turns it over to Brent Burns, but he cannot control it, and the puck continues to pinball. As Rantanen crashes towards the net, he finds himself with a puck on his stick, but no real room to do anything with it. However, he has the wherewithal to recognize that Colin Wilson is now in behind him with a wide open net to shoot at, and he's able to get his stick on this puck, put it on the backhand, and go between his own legs to serve Wilson an easy goal. A complete mess of a play, and yet this still might be my favorite assist of the entire season because of the amazing reaction times and awareness of Rantanen to set up this goal, and the fact that it was in the playoffs does help a little bit. So there you have it, my top 5 assists of the season for the Avs. If you asked me to list them, I just don't know if I could do it. It would be like listing my own children. It's not going to happen. Of course, if you have a favorite or one you think deserved to be in the top 5 that wasn't, let me know in the comments down below. That's all for this one. Be sure to tune in next time when we look at why Sam Girard is ready to be the Avs' #1 defenseman.